man.
Hi, we're back. Episode 54.
We are back, and very excited to be back as we cruise into the 50s episodes.
I know, 54. We're here in the burning heat of the Florida sun here at the Florida Summer Special, Matt.
I know, there's a lot going on. Thanks for joining us for Mecum in the Morning. And we've got a lot of great content coming your way for over the next 3 days as we move further into the summer special.
Because we are in day 2. So
Day 2, we kicked things off yesterday. The auction was happening. Mecum in the Morning starts today because actually we spent all day yesterday getting all kinds of fresh content.
I know. You and Alyssa seemed to have a lot of fun yesterday, Matt. And guess what? Brian wasn't included yet again.
I know. But you're included today. And through the weekend.
Included, yes.
So much. And as we mentioned, we are here at Mecum Summer Special here at the Osceola Heritage Park. And for the day's rundown, we've got a lot in store. There's going to be 37 pieces of road art up for sale, along with 294 great collector vehicles. And that includes 2 collections. And the bidding action was hot yesterday, Brianna. I know it's going to get hotter even today.
Inside and outside.
Inside and outside. And of course, all around the fairgrounds, we have all kinds of other things to see and experience. We've got our merch. We've got even some motorcycles here. Lots for people to take in. Yeah,
so our shirt for this event is literally very hot. If you're coming by or if you're online, check it out. I particularly like it. I'm waiting for Matt to deliver this year's shirt to me, which also he hasn't. I didn't get invited on the fun content yesterday. I don't have the Florida Summer Special shirt, but it's really cool. Check out that really cool diner shirt for women. That is a women's style shirt, Matt. So I would love that as a present as well.
Right,
yeah. I'm waiting for my merch shop gift package from you.
Well, if you're coming out to the auction, you can find our merch location over in the staging lanes. It's a great location to do some shopping while you see all the great cars get prepped for crossing the auction block. And you mentioned that diner shirt. I'm really jealous it doesn't come in a men's size, because that's a great design, and it also gives a tease of a big collection we have coming later this summer, Hertz Mustangs.
So how about this? Let's give a hint to Dre and the design team back at home at headquarters in Walworth. Take a cue from Matt and I. We'd really like to see a shirt with that same kind of aesthetic for men's. So maybe when we get home, we'll see a design, and then we'll see it in the future Mecum shop.
Yeah, absolutely. And fun fact, in today's latest show, we've got a tease of 2 of the Hertz Mustangs that are coming to Monterey. Great collection, but I love how that shirt kind of nods to it. And something else too, Brianna, is that here in our set, we've got some motorcycles. Alyssa and I were setting things up yesterday, and we were like, we need to jazz it up a little bit.
And bring something that is Brianna's favorite thing in the world outside of sneakers, which is motorcycles. So why don't you tell us a bit about the motorcycles, Matt?
So we went over and we saw Craig, one of our great motorcycle consignment agents, and we said, what are some great motorcycles to bring over? And so we grabbed a 73 Honda CR250 along with a 72.
Which would be a great motorcycle for you to learn how to ride on.
That's why I brought it over. You can see it there. Really nice piece, highly original condition. It's formerly from the Miller collection in Texas. A lot of original parts on it. Really is a attractive piece. And then alongside of it, we've got a 72 Monarch 125 professional Concours restoration, all kinds of great accessories on it, Brianna. So really neat stuff, and really a great way to kind of add some pizzazz to our set.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, like we're in I would say like the main center of, our new permanent home is at the service station. The aesthetics, or like I would say the decoration wasn't great. So Matt and Alyssa did a really good job providing like a really cool backdrop for our morning show. I couldn't love it anymore because there's motorcycles. But what I would love even more is if Matt hopped on one of these motorcycles and Alyssa caught him, going around, scooting around on one of these motorcycles. Both of these are really great beginner bikes because they're lower CCs. You got a 250cc and a 125cc. Matt, I feel like this is the day. This might be the day to get that throttle and see you just going down, but we have to find, a DOT-approved helmet for you.
All right, well, all that to come. As you can tell, lots is in store ahead. But as Brianna did mention, that we are set up here. Our morning show set is right in the main entryway, right in the heart of the action as people are coming in right by the service station, which is another great reminder that if you are coming out to the auction, it's a great place to check in, talk to our friendly associates there, get up to speed, get a map, find out where you want to go. It's a great place to get all the information you need.
So I was talking to some people that were walking around yesterday, and one of the great things, a part of the service station, is if you're new to the Mecum experience and you've never been here before, and you've never bid before and you're a first-time bidder, is you can go talk to Kim and the folks at the bidder or at the service station and talk to them about what to expect as a first-time bidder. How do you bid? Where do you go after you want to bid? Or if you find something that bid goes on, or you want something that bid goes on, service station is there for all your resource needs. And while you're there, you can see Matt and Alyssa at the Mecum in the Morning booth. So
yeah, and we had people coming by yesterday, and actually I'll save one of the dialogues for our comment section at the end of the show just because it was so heartwarming. More on that to come.
Is that a surprise?
Yeah, it's a surprise.
I'm very nervous about this.
It's a surprise. But what's not a surprise, Brianne, is the fact that the Mecum entertainment universe keeps expanding. So exciting. So obviously our live TV coverage hasn't gone away. And actually, in fact, it kicks off tomorrow on ESPN+.
On that note, before we go talk about the expanding of it, I'm very excited that Rutled Wood is starting his second career, or not his second comeback with us. Starting tomorrow. So he's rejoining the TV team. So tomorrow is his first day back with us after a decade-long break. So I'm really excited. Rutledge has also volunteered to make our morning show song. He did start with some of the words, the verse. I shared it with you, but we're still waiting for the instrument part. So Rutledge, if you're watching the show this morning or if you're going to watch it later, we're still waiting for our opening song to be finished. And well, it's been a couple weeks now. You're starting tomorrow, so hopefully you'll deliver the final song package to us. But we're really excited to have you part of the ESPN Plus team.
And for viewers who are wondering, that would be the Mecum in the Morning theme song.
Yes.
Is what Rutledge has promised to create.
Yes.
So yeah, we've set and we're expecting a high bar, Brianne.
We are.
Award-winning.
I think it's going to win us awards.
Grammy.
Like we have an award-winning producer, I think, and we'll have an award-winning theme song, and you've got great hosts. I think it's just a great package.
It is. But we are very excited to have Rutledge back around Mecum auctions. But what I was going to get to, Brianne, is the fact that we are several weeks into our Roku channel. Mecum TV on Roku has been live now, and I know that we've had an overwhelming response of people who are enjoying checking that out.
Yeah.
Do you want to remind Brianne what kind of content can people find there?
So right now we're currently doing re-airs of our auction coverage. So a couple days after auctions, just like we do on YouTube, we're now showing that on Roku as well. But we're also doing some of our full throttle episodes and everything that you would come to know. We're actually going to go back into the archives too and bring back things from maybe a decade ago. But the future is bright for us, folks. We will have some new content and new programming that we're going to announce in the future. So stay tuned. But again, it's 24 hours, 7 days a week of Mecum. And it's free. So you can download Roku on any smart TV. You can download it from your phone. You can watch it on the internet. There's no excuse not to watch us on Roku on our channel called Mecum TV.
I love how when we were at Tulsa, we made the announcement. Alyssa captured Dana Mecum.
Chucking hats,
but also saying that people are not going to sleep anymore.
Yeah, it's always going to be Mecum.
Because it's always going to be Mecum. But you can find out more information if you head over to Mecum.com and where to watch. And then, of course, if you come out to the auction, stop by the service station. Kim and everyone else know all the details about where you can find Roku.
Yep.
Speaking about where to find things, Brianne, you and I have been all over this country the last couple of weeks, and we are really heading the West Coast really hard. We're so excited to be revving up for Monterey Car Week. Mecum Monterey is going to be a big deal later this summer, and we've been attending all kinds of events. We were together at Pismo Beach, great car show there.
It's one of the best car events I think I've been to since I've been with Mecum.
Southern California car culture, so unique. But since then, I returned back out to the West Coast for a very unique LA event. Here, take a look.
Things are heating up here on the West Coast as Mecum Auctions is here for FuelFest LA. FuelFest brings it all. Cars and stars from the Fast and Furious movies, live drifting with non-stop sideways action, live music with the beats that head hard, in car culture that only Southern California can deliver. Here with us are two unique Shelby Mustangs that are going to be headed to Mecum Monterey. Both come from the Hertz collection, a group that's going to be selling at no reserve, with this one kicking it off from this very special program, a 1966 GT350H. It underwent a full restoration in the early 90s and then was disassembled and painted in 2020. Under the hood is that 289 cubic inch V8 with the original K-Code engine replaced under warranty in 1966. It was this model that kicked off the now famous Rent-A-Racer program. Bringing it up to the modern day is this 2022 Ford Shelby GTH with just 25 miles showing on the odometer. It was purchased new by the seller and never delivered for rental use, with 540 horsepower coming from that Coyote V8 engine. Now decades in the making, the Hertz Rent-A-Racer program is a very unique offering for those drivers that want a little bit of edge and spice in their rental car selection. And you can still find Shelby Hertz Mustangs out there in select fleets. If you want to add these to your permanent collection, of course, you can catch them on the auction block. There's Pontiac GTOs, and then there's the 67 Twisted GTO, a muscle car that's been dialed way up. Revealed at the 2023 SEMA show after an extensive 2-year build with an estimated $1.2 million invested, this is a GTO unlike any other. Under the hood is a supercharged 427 cubic inch LS7 topped with a 2.9-liter Whipple supercharger that can run on either 91 octane or E85. That color, that's BMW Blue Ridge Mountain Metallic, and boy does it sparkle here in the sunlight. There's a carbon fiber drive shaft, 4-wheel Baer disc brakes, and custom EVOD aluminum wheels. As you can imagine with the level of craftsmanship, this has won multiple awards, including one at the Grand National Roadster Show, as well as being an Elite 10 finalist at the Triple Crown of Rotting in Nashville, Tennessee. If you want this one-of-a-kind, jaw-dropping GTO, the only place you can find it is Mecum, Monterey.
Mecum Auctions is not done being a part of FuelFest. You will catch us later this year at some of the other events. All right, our first place winner!
The fun's not over, as Mecum Auctions is going to be a part of a couple more of these FuelFest events around the country. We hope to see you there.
Okay, now that's my kind of event. I'm really sad I missed it.
You missed out. It was a lot of fun.
It was really cool that Cody spent some time, and I heard that we're going to hear you talk to him later on this week, right?
Absolutely. So Cody Walker is the younger brother, Paul Walker, and he's really become a big part of that kind of street racing scene or the Fast and Furious scene. He's helped with some of the production, but he's really taken on that event. That's his event. He's the event organizer. And so I did get a chance to speak with him for a couple minutes. We're going to hold that for our morning show on Saturday.
My big question is, and I didn't hear you guys talk about it in the video, but I heard one of my favorite rappers of all time was there. Warren G, did he perform Regulate?
He did, and we were all regulating.
Okay, Matt.
It was out there, but it was a lot of fun. And the other cool thing, you and I were talking during that package about the trophies that we gave out. So we sponsored the
People's Choice
paddock, a lot of great builds. You could see some of them there in the package, but the top 3 got a trophy, and it was a skateboard deck.
With our logo on it.
With the logo.
How cool is that?
I was going to walk off with one, but I was like, I couldn't.
We should actually reach out to FuelFest and see if they'll make one that we can hang in my office.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And one that we can skate on. We need wheels on it.
Do you know how to skateboard, Matt?
I don't, but we can learn.
Yeah.
But a lot of fun, and it's really also something else, Brianna, about that FuelFest event. It really is kind of like Fast and Furious come to life. I know that sounds so cliche, but I will say you could see in that lineup, Alyssa got some great content of one of the largest groups that I've ever seen of Fast and Furious, both screen used vehicles and replica vehicles. Amazing cars there. But then also, as was announced in that by that MC, there was some stars there that showed up. So Vin Diesel came later that night.
Yeah.
Tyrese was up on stage. We had Cody. And Vin Diesel really broke news there about the final Fast and Furious installment. So very cool event.
I think the biggest stars of the show, though, were the cars that we had in that booth, because that Twisted GTO was spectacular.
We did. Honest, we had people coming up saying that was their favorite car of the event. But it really was a GTO done to the next level, Brian. There's a lot of excitement with that car as we get closer to it selling at Monterey. But we interviewed the owner. We've also got a full package talking with him about how that build came together, some of the craftsmanship that went into it. He's got exotic materials inside from Ferrari and Lamborghini. It's a really neat build. And those Hertz Mustangs, the 2 black and gold cars,
are part of a larger collection.
They're also part of a larger collection. So they're part of the Hertz Mustang collection, also coming to Monterey, also where that T-shirt draws inspiration. but they were getting a lot of attention. People love seeing those. And it's also kind of a neat tie back just because of the that first year Shelby was built just down the road at the LA airport at Shelby's facility there. So kind of neat to bring it all back.
Yeah, I can't wait to see all of them roll off the roll off the block in Monterey. Monterey is bringing some big stars. And
California, we're not done with. We also had, you and I couldn't even go to the event. You and I were at other events, but we were a part of the Monterey RodFest.
So who did we send in our place?
So we sent Alyssa, and she did a spectacular job covering it. Here's her full report.
Welcome to Monterey Rock and Rod Festival. My name is Alyssa, and normally I'm the one behind the camera, but Matt and Bree are spread out across the country at tons of other amazing events. So, welcome to Monterey, California. Behind me are tons of cars and trucks literally jam-packed into this plaza, vans, lots of good car community and culture, and of course, Mecum auctions had to come out. While we're out here, we found a really cool story. Diane, tell me about this car behind us and why it means so much to you and your family.
Hi, Diane Pemberton here. My husband just passed away 4 months ago, Whitey. We got to go participate maybe 3 or 4 car shows before he no longer could do it. And I just felt that I've got to keep up the tradition. My little grandson just fell in love with it the first day, so I'm going to keep it in the family, and it will go to him.
You and your family are keeping the car show spirit alive. Tell me a little bit about this vehicle behind us and some of the cool features that it's got.
It's a 66 Chevelle. It was changed out from a 396 to a 454, so we ended up putting the 454 all over it and had it a little retuned up. It's got air conditioning. That's a plus. It rides like a gem, and I love driving it. I could drive it every day.
Thank you, Diane. Enjoy time with your family today.
Thank you so much.
That's the way it's gonna be.
Well, this was my 90-year-old dad's car, so he told me to take it over. So I've been working on it, and this is the first show that we've taken it to since he's owned it in 7 years.
I have a 1960 Corvette, never been touched, original paint, original everything, and it's going in the Mecum auction in Monterey in August. Monterey, this is home.
Mecum Auctions will be back here for the auction in August. You got to check it out or bid online, bid on the telephone, but of course come out and see us. It is an absolutely gorgeous event. Tons of amazing cars, motorcycles, and everything you can think of. Check out Mecum.com for more information of where you can find Mecum next. And of course, you'll see us here again in August at Mecum Monterey.
So the biggest takeaway from all of that is I think Alyssa does great in front of the camera, just as good as she does behind the camera. So there might be some times where we don't show up again. We schedule her to film events, and then we just don't show up. What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah. And she's giving us a wave behind.
She is.
Yeah, we're ignoring that.
And I will say some of our longtime viewers probably will recognize, I mean, Alyssa has done a stellar job both behind the camera but also in front, including she's co-hosted with me at Indy.
She did a great job because I had to take off.
We did.
Yeah.
But I will say now I have FOMO. I'm bummed out that I wasn't at that event. It looks super cool.
That was the first time we've done that event. I'm really glad we decided to do it. We had some great conversations. As you saw in the video, we got some great consignments. That guy did say he was consigning his Corvette to Mecum Monterey. We did get some great leads after that, some really great excitement. But Monterey is the home to Car Week, Monterey Car Week, one of the biggest, I think, week-long car events pretty much in the world. It's probably one of our most beautiful venues that we go to. Not saying that, Osceola Heritage Park isn't great, but it's just a great time that we have there. We're doing so many great things. We're the title sponsor of Prancing Ponies, which is an all-female exclusive car event. Men are welcome, but it's run by all females. Alyssa is going to be the Grand Marshal of that and ride her motorcycle for it. I also volunteered here for that, but we're looking forward to Monterey. I know we have another auction in the meantime between then and finishing out Florida Summer Special, but thanks again to Alyssa for that, and that event looked great, and we will be back next year.
And we're also, speaking of Monterey Car Week, we're also going to be part of the Little Car Show.
We are.
As well, which was one of my favorite events during the entire week of Car Week. As you said, Breon, it's got to be one of the most prestigious week-long car events. It ends with the Pebble Beach Concours, known around the world. But then now, over the decades, other events have just kind of piled on. And so it's great to be a part of that. But I really love the Little Car Show just because it focuses on small cars. And they're cute, they're charming. I love them.
Last year you were a judge for it.
I was a judge for it.
This year you're going to be a judge, and we're also, I think, their only sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we reached out and we wanted to be a bigger part of it.
But I love doing that. It's a lot of fun. And also, one of my favorite characters from that package was the dog with the goggles.
I know, that was adorable.
He was like ready to rock and roll. So
he can be my co-pilot anytime.
He can be your co-pilot. Speaking of rock and rolling, we have a lot of great consignments here, Breon, and I found, I think, one of the most
unique?
Unique.
Yeah.
One of the most unique. Here's my spotlight.
You can't ride in the little red wagon. The front seat's broken and the axle's dragging.
Chances are, growing up, you rode in a Radio Flyer wagon, but nothing like this.
The company has been around for over 100 years, getting their start in 1917 when a young Italian immigrant, Antonio Pazin, began building wooden toy wagons in his Chicago workshop. Years later, he renames the company after two of his big interests and two of the big technological innovations, radio and aviation, with the company becoming Radio Flyer. For many of us, growing up, these iconic little red wagons represented freedom, imagination, and in the case of this custom, horsepower. It started off as a 1995 Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra SL before becoming radically transformed. It's powered by a V6 engine, has LED lights, a custom stereo, and is street legal. So much so, it's made an appearance on events like the Hot Rod Power Tour, which I've been able to attend the last couple of years, and I gotta say, this is a very unique choice for that kind of a multi-day road trip. It's definitely a unique piece and a solid reminder that you'll never know what you'll find here at Mecum Kissimmee.
I just don't have much to say.
I know, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and we got a lot of attention, as you can imagine, pulling it out, and we had people stopping, taking pictures, and...
Imagine cruising down 95 in Florida, and you're looking to your right, and you see that on the highway next to you.
I think I'd be speechless.
Yeah. Does the bar in the front go down?
So it does.
So how do you, did it have a latch to, so it doesn't go? I'd be a little freaked out if it,
right,
flies down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's got a single bolt that you can pull, and you can store it for travel.
Like a single really strong bolt, right?
Really strong
like a really
bolt,
strong bolt.
And yeah, that thing has been around for a while. You saw that Hot Rod Power Tour.
From 2012,
From 2012, and I think it continues to get attention. I think people love it. And I think, as Alyssa and I were talking about putting that package together, it seems like all of us have a memory of, if you didn't own a little, Red Wagon or Radio Flyer wagon, you certainly rode in one.
I actually have a really sad memory for it. I bought Braden, my son, one, who I talk about often on the show, and I left it in the front yard, and we lived in a really nice neighborhood, and someone stole our wagon off of our front lawn.
Wow.
So I have a very sad memory, so maybe we should buy that car and give it to Braden as a way to replace our sad memory with a happy memory.
Wow.
Well, he did just sell his car that I bought here last year, so maybe this will be his replacement for the car he sold.
Wow.
What do you think? Do you think Braden would like
I think so. Well, I appreciate you sharing, Breon.
Yeah.
This is a safe space. I'm glad that you've worked through that painful childhood memory. But at any rate, you can get all the details on that wagon. It's a custom car made out of a Oldsmobile Cutlass. There's a lot more to it. You can find out more details on Mecum.com. It sells on Saturday. You can find it here at the fairgrounds. Let's wrap up with a reminder of wherever you're watching this, drop us a comment. And we've already got some viewers watching around the world today.
Yeah, Mark from Central England is tuning in. And Mark, my son and I are heading to England in September So if you have any cool tips of where we should hang out, we're both big history buffs. We also like really good food. And so hit us up on YouTube and let us know some good places to go. And keep watching Mecum in the Morning.
And my comment, Brian, was one made in person as Alyssa and I were here yesterday in the set. I had a gentleman come up. He recognized Mecum in the Morning. He said he just came across the show, I think he said like a couple of days ago. His quote was, he said he's watched them all. So he was so excited to see us return.
Oh, I love it.
Days. So
hopefully he continues watching.
I didn't catch his name, so if he's watching, hopefully he'll stop by again and chat some more. But we enjoyed having you with us this morning. We've got a couple more days ahead of the summer special. You can catch the live auction block footage today on Mecum.com. TV coverage starts tomorrow, and there's a whole lot more. We'll see you tomorrow.